ending there. Kale is there.
No, anything but that. I was promised meatballs. Yeah.
We are live. Let me just check the audio.
Okay.
Okay, the fantasy playlist needs to be turned way down. Turns out.
Yeah. Damn. Darn. Biscuit. Let's see here. Okay, let me check this real quick. Also,
Alright, it sounds pretty good. So,
sounds good.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Welcome in, Deb.
Thank you.
Oh, I
Thank you.
never did that. Frick. You go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
am
By
going to
all
be
means.
doing some stuff in the
From
background.
technical work, sure thing. Sure thing.
What pronouns did
Not
you
a
say? Oh,
problem.
you said don't care.
Yeah, really, it's fine. Unless you want to put dead as a pronoun, that'll be also pretty funny as well.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Rick's egg. It's so then people know
What
that
kind
when
of
they're referring to like someone's dead,
font?
it's like, oh no, that's me. That's all me, 100% guarantee. Let's see here. I can turn this on.
I'm just thinking what kind of font we should use.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Your mic got really weird.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now as we speak.
That's a
Supposed to
little
be.
better.
It's better, or is it just still a
No,
little
that's
wanky?
that's better. No, that's better.
Oh, all right, awesome. And you're supposed to see me too.
Hey, look at that.
Nice.
I
Alrighty
can
then.
see you.
Great.
Sure, I'm working on stuff.
We'll do great. Let's see here. All right. Pretty exciting stuff, like us starting to do some live stream moving forward,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
know. I'm
Yeah.
super excited. The thing that I'm struggling with right now is more like toning down my excitement. You know what I
No,
mean?
for
Like
sure.
okay, like I'm like way up here and it's like okay. It was
That's not
just a
necessarily something
test
bad,
stream.
right? Because it's
Yeah.
like you're just excited about it, and like it's exciting for me too as well. We're diving new territory, not only we're able to starting to convey like the stories that we're creating together, but also
Mhm.
being able to share that with like
Yeah.
for anybody to
Exactly.
see, and it's just wonderful. I think it's a wonderful experience, so I think it's gonna go good.
Me
I believe so, it's gonna
too.
go good.
I'm just trying to find a good friggin' font for our name
Right.
tag.
All right.
Alright, so okay. Three favorite moments from the session this week.
Three
Boys.
favorite moments from this session of this week. Oh, it has to be uh to me by my favorite moment has to be when Violent just he took the initiative when the party was like confronting with the prince, and he went towards, if I'm not wrong, was like one of his one of his squires. I'm guessing, right? It was like one of the
No,
henchmen, basically.
no,
Of-
not the henchman. It was the
No.
like spy guy that
Oh,
did
spy guy.
all the
Okay.
kidnapping and stuff, or
Yeah.
facilitated it at least.
Right. I mean, wouldn't he have a role then? Would like what would what would his role be
What do you mean?
within like? I mean, we can't call him spy guy, or can we?
I mean, okay, like he's an administrator. He's a fixer. He's a
He's
fixer.
a fixer. A fixer. He's a fixer. All right. But yeah, like I love that moment of basically Violent just taking initiative and approaching of approaching this guy and kicking him in the shin. Because to me, it's like it that just express how much like Violent he himself, like as an individual, is growing. Because you cannot lie, from the beginning of the session, he is a very much quiet person, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
obviously he has that language barrier, but still has these moments and occasion to like truly express oneself to a point of degree, and to
Mm-hmm.
have him do something like just out of the blue. Well, not out of the blue, with a purpose, right? But it's just shocking to me, and it's just to me it
Oh
is
yeah.
just it's just a cherry on top on the ice cream cone, by far 100%
Oh
guaranteed.
yeah. Oh yeah.
If I had to recall another great moment, is also, yes, Valister, when like Valister had like a small confrontation with the group at the library as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was like they were talking about killing the prince, and you're like, what? It's my family. So what's going on here? And I
Yeah.
I thought it was I thought it was kind of very much hilarious how much like the group is also considering of doing this act, but they're not much diving into it. And your character Vassar is like, guys, what are we doing? We're getting funded by this guy, where he's not only family, but he gave us a nice place to stay. So I definitely understand where your character, but also your perspective is coming from dealing with like how the party's going completely against the guy they're working for.
Oh
But
yeah.
by all means, that is to me is hilarious as well.
Oh yeah.
and and the third as well has to do with sparrows. It's it's that I believe like he actually we know sparrows from the beginning, way before we started recording. And I believe that Eclipse like really understood how to incorporate like this type of like hidden agenda between between like the covers and whatnot, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
didn't know, and your character was supposed to be like, we're crossed like this. We know one another. We have like that brotherly bond, right? And
Right.
to to have your character but also yourself react as in like, what is going on? It's like, what? It's like, goose. Hey, there you go. And then, like to me that like as well like caught me a bit off guard. I know every character could have their own separate opinions on like certain beliefs, because that's what makes every character so unique, so defined,
Right.
right? But then to have that, that very touchy, very I guess touching moment, yes, and also like grand reveals, like what? And I said, but when did he say this to me? Well, he didn't. But yet here he is going to basically do something that we're not aware of,
Right.
you know?
Oh yeah.
And now now it just leads me just to wonder, is like, okay, then is there more to it, right? Is there more to that that Sparrows is trying to do, that maybe feels like it's like not, it's like I wouldn't say obligated to, but more like not wanting to tell you for the purpose of like trying to save you, maybe, question mark, going on moving forward? Or maybe
Yeah.
it's
I'm
just
gonna say
or maybe is it just a complete agenda uh just to basically take this completely different route, go against the party because he Sparrows knows as like, okay, the party is like, they're not a bunch of numbskulls, they are actually pursuing something, and then it's going against the prince, and that's not a-okay with my ideals on certain things. But yeah, it's just, to me, those were like my top three favorite moments within the session of Thursday. Guarantee,
Oh yeah,
guarantee.
yeah. I really like the Sparrows reveal. I really liked I really loved Valen kicking that guy. Uh Yulia's great. I mean, you've DM'd before, right?
I have not. I
You
have not
have
DM'd
not.
before.
Ooh.
I have not. I have not.
Actually, that would be a oh frick, and I didn't start recording, but there's a VOD, so we're good there.
Yeah.
No, that is actually let's go into that. What is your D&D experience?
My first ever D&D experience was with my very close friend. His name is Jose, and it had to do with a story about like this world succumbing to like a chaos god that's like altering like everything that's from reality, and everything that's considered as a fact, right, is now
Right,
twisting and turning and becoming something completely opposite, and kind of disrupting everything from what we once knew,
right,
right? For example, like, we know that the fact is that a feather is lighter than a basically a 1 ton metal bar, right? But
mm-hmm,
in this case, it could be that the feather actually weighs more than a ton, and the this 1 ton bar thing is actually lighter. And those are like a very simplistic way of saying things, but if you put it into an aspect of like casting magic, for example, casting a fireball only for it end up to being just a very big giant ball of water, that's like the type of destruction and like type of chaos we were dealing with. And
right,
my character was this sorcerer general, a frog, a grung kind, who kind of um lived his life already, and he's like suffering from like multiple personality disorder as well as PTSD. He's just going around like, ah, who goes there? I'm old. I'm hungry. I want to sleep. And um but yeah, like, me portraying this character was like my first introduction to Dungeons and Dragons, and I've just fell in love with it entirely because it's not only the opportunity to spend it with like friends and like get to meet new people as well, which I did, but it is also that just that bonding experience, of like everyone having that same like idea of like wanting to execute a plan, see how it goes, and then occasionally when the plan kind of goes over, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna basically do my own thing now and see how it goes and hope it go favors the party. And then it's like everybody's like getting the opportunity to like steer the ship and see how it goes, that favors both themselves but also the party as well.
yeah,
And I really love that dynamic of like how something could easily change a plan so fast, but like how quick we can like engage, like someone can engage like towards that problem and find a solution.
right.
Right.
How long have you been playing D&D?
I have only been playing like for a solid like if I was counting, I would probably say like what 7 to 8 years. F 7 to 6 years. Yeah, yeah. It's I mean
Only.
only
Only.
only because like compared to you, you've been doing it for a long time. How many years are we talking?
Well, I'll get into me after we're done talking
Okay,
about you. But yeah, no, I
sure,
do
sure.
get that. I do get that. But also, like, you also gotta look at the fact that like most people most people nowadays didn't start playing
Hmm.
until like the last until COVID. Really, that
Hmm.
was a huge intake of people, but then the last huge intake of people would have been Stranger Things, which
Right.
was 8 years ago, 5 8 years ago.
Years ago,
You know,
yeah. It's give or take. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the one before that was Critical Role.
Mm.
So like, and like that was only like 10, 12 years ago. So like you're saying only 7 years. Like 7 years is the majority of the modern influx of
Right,
players. You
right,
know,
right,
like
right.
Denzel, maybe Javi might be in our group, might be like the next closest. You know,
Okay, right.
but they'd probably be up there with you, if not longer. They could be longer. Then
Mm.
it'd be Yulia, who's like 3 to 5 years. But
Okay,
then like Evan's brand new, you know.
right, right,
I'm
right.
not sure about Nas.
No, Ness has I think he also is like near my around like my time period as well because he did mention that he also had like a party and they would go to and they was to spend like days upon weeks like
Yeah,
playing so
I
they
miss
so yeah
that.
I think so
I
too.
miss that so much. Just playing all
Yeah,
morning.
just the idea exactly playing all morning, waking up and like talking about like okay what can we do next, how are we gonna approach this,
Yeah,
or wanting to
all
like
weekend.
sneak up on the DM trying to see if they took notes on like what we're about to encounter.
Right, yeah. Like
oh,
we
oh,
would play like all weekend back in the day. It was awesome. I love
believe it,
that.
I believe it. So
But
I think that's the beauty of it, right? That's the
oh
beauty
yeah,
of it, right? It's just
100%. Like absolutely.
definitely,
So
definitely.
like you talked a little bit about like what you liked when you started. What
Mhm.
is your absolute favorite thing in D&D? I'm sorry this has turned
My
into an interview, but hey.
no, no, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. If I'm getting hired, that's fine by me, and the pay is good. So, no,
Wait,
what
I'm
is my
paying you?
favorite
What?
thing? Am I not getting paid? No, wait, hold on. Why am I doing this? No, like the thing that I like about D&D the most is the ability to create a story, to be able to create a story not only with yourself but also with the people around you, the company. I firmly believe that the more that your engagement with the party and the actions that you make together, like
Oh yeah.
coming to an agreement, pursuing it, to me that's what makes a moment or any moment just ever more so impactful because everybody is on board on one thing and having consequences or rewards like coming from those actions that we took moving forward coming towards us just makes it ever more just more more lifelike. I can just even say it's just having that ability to express that type of level of connection with someone else just by playing a board game. Because in the end of the day, that's kind of what Dungeons and Dragons are. It's a board game. It's
Yeah.
you being there, playing with friends, and having to tell great stories towards one another of like being there together. And to me, that is just everything to me. Not only there's also the fantasy aspects and horror elements as well, which I kind of am into as well, but mainly for me the primal focus of D&D is that connection and bonding with like the party and the story that we choose to partake in together, for sure.
So it looks like Ness
100%.
is watching. He commented, he said he's been playing about 10, 11 years without counting years in RPing RPing in writing. God dang, I
Yes.
can't read today. Um no, that's awesome, Ness. I can't wait to get 10 more years with you. How about that?
Living
That
it
being
up.
yeah, exactly. Um, that being said, okay. I'm trying to get my name right. I got your name in
Oh,
on
nice.
the
Thank you.
stream.
Let the
Give me
people
one.
know that when they refer as dead, that is me. That is
Mm-hmm.
right.
Because you are dead. There is no
I
better
am.
way to describe you.
There is no better way to describe me.
None at all. All right,
Mm.
give me 1 second.
No, by
Mess
all means. Technical
with.
difficulties
Oh yeah.
happens. After all, we just started out, so we're
Yeah.
just getting the hang of
That's
things.
that's that's what this week is for. And I'm like really happy that um like we started a week earlier cuz like I had everything made and prepped and stuff
Right.
and then it was like oh crap there's another week before we start and
Right.
Savage was just like well, why don't we just test it today? You know? And I
Right.
was like, I guess. And like it was just a thing of like how do I say it?
How does one say it?
Yeah. Oop, I'm doing the wrong thing. Uh it was just a thing of like um I'm a little stressed about it, you know. Like
Yeah, of course.
not to like but yeah, it was a thing, you know?
Right. Definitely. Because you want to execute, like, you want to do the best that you can within your abilities of what you know, right?
Yeah.
And to to be able to do this is by actually doing it. That's the only way to learn is by actually doing it and
The only way
continue
to
to
do
go
things. Yep. Yep.
further on, you know? So
Yep.
yeah, definitely. I highly understand this. So it's like we're still trying to figure out some things, putting things together, and as
Oh
we
yeah.
continue moving forward, we'll do better. We'll be great even.
But yeah, to talk about myself, because we talked about you. Now it's all about me. My
Let's
turn.
go.
Yeah.
Let's
Um,
go.
no, I started playing. My cousin got me into it Thanksgiving when I was 7 years old, and I'm next week I'll be 35.
Hey. Congratulations, man. S- Early congratulations. Early
No,
congratulations.
no, there's
Yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes.
no,
You gotta celebrate it, man. You gotta celebrate. Come
no,
on. Come on.
no. But anyway, yeah. So like, there's that. Um, so however many years that is, 28.
28, probably. Yeah. Wow.
Someone check my
Gosh golly.
math. My brain's not working on math right now. But yeah, yeah,
We're
like
not working on math.
that many years. I've been playing ever since just middle school, high school, all that stuff on the
Right.
bus, stuff like that. And then like when I wasn't playing, I was always thinking about it, making worlds in my
Right.
head. And then from that, um, I I then started DMing for friends back when my senior year of high school.
Right.
Um,
Right.
yeah, and that was fun. That was when I was 18. I started DMing when I was 18. And yeah, that was always fun.
Like you're in your like in your general perspective, right? Because like oftentimes oftentimes when someone is elected to become a DM for the party, it's kind of like bestowed upon them. It's like, hey, it used to be a one-time thing.
That's what it was. That's what it was. That was 100% what it was.
But it was great, great. No, but I just wanted to ask, like, okay, you first did DMing and you're continuing this forward, and I'm pretty sure you must have had like a lot of questions going into DMing. It's like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Am I gonna say the right thing? Are they gonna get this reference to do that one thing? When like throughout your years did you actually understood and feel enough well comfortable within yourself to be like, I am good at DMing and this is my calling?
Um, hold on.
Because Vaden, you are very good DM.
No, I'm not. See, the answer, I was just making sure that the thing was working.
Is it working?
It's not showing what I have. Nas, can you see things? Let us know. Um, oh, wow, my name is way bigger than it needs to be.
Technical
Technical
difficulties.
difficulties, yay!
Oh me, oh my.
So it's showing on my OBS, it's showing what I want it to.
Okay,
But in the stream, it is
it's not.
not.
Hmm.
That's weird. I will have to look at that later. Oh, but anyway, so when do I know, or when did I know that I'm a good DM? When
Yeah. So
did
when do you
that?
feel like comfortable of DMing? Yeah, exactly.
Are is that something that happens? Like, I'm not a good DM.
No.
No.
Why do you say that? Why would you say that?
Why would I say that?
Right.
Because I'm not.
So you're telling me that the same feeling as you are DMing right now with us, right? We because you have also a Wednesday game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Wednesday game. We're doing it with us as well, and and you still have that same feeling of doubt and uncertainty, as if the same days that you were starting out is basically touching the surface of like what is DMing and whatnot.
No, definitely not. Like, I'm way more
Okay.
comfortable than what I was when I started. 100%. I'm way more comfortable today than I
Hmm.
was, I'm way more comfortable today than I was ever, like, a year ago, you
Right.
know? You can ask the guys, as far as
Hmm.
like my comfortability early on, it was bad. Like and
Hmm.
or maybe not last year, but definitely when this campaign started 2 years ago.
Right.
The
2 years ago. Okay.
first the first like nearly 6 months. Carson, no. The first nearly like 6 months, I mean, I was dealing with medical stuff.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I mean, I've dealt with medical stuff most of my life. It's only been in this last year that that's gotten better,
Okay.
thanks to
Hmm.
you guys, um, amongst other things. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, 2 years ago, I was stressing. I was not as comfortable as I am today.
Was
And I'm hoping that I constantly grow in that.
mm, okay. All
You know
right.
what I mean?
And like,
Like
yeah, no,
I
definitely.
don't ever want to get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I I've
I
I've
am good.
I've made it. I'm
Mhm.
I'm like everyone should come to me for
Right.
like advice. Like definitely if you have questions, if anything like that, then yeah, come to me.
Right.
But otherwise, like, and I'll share my experience, but
Right.
I'm not I'm not Matthew Mercer. I'm not Brendan Lee Morgan. I'm not a writer, I wish I was. I
Right.
wish I could write all the things. I wish I could
Right.
tell stories like J.R.R. Tolkien. I wish I could tell stories like Matt Mercer. I know I can't. Don't try to pump me up and say that I can. I know I can't.
Right.
You know.
Right. Right.
So like how
Definitely.
how do
Definitely.
I say it? Like mm,
How would one say it?
yeah, it's just I always want to be learning. I never want to arrive.
Right. Right. Right.
You
So
know.
you always
Now,
wanted to improve on your skills. Yeah.
right now, I will admit part of what that becomes is how do I say? Part of what that becomes is I'm too hard on myself. I'm too
Right.
critical of myself. Um, that like that I've realized lately on that. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
I still, it's like it's definitely a I always want to be learning. I always want to be getting better. I need to be
Mm.
less critical of myself, but
Right.
I think I got off of what you originally asked. I'm sorry.
Right. No, no, no. By all means, it's okay. It's definitely okay and very much understandable, as well as like the overall, because everybody's opinion and also their feeling on approaching anything in life, it's gonna be different, right? There's always gonna be different, and I see no difference in like DMing as well. Is that it does require to take time. It requires to basically know and feel comfortable to a point of a degree that you feel like, okay, I'm doing a good job. I think I'm doing great, and the only way to confirm this is by the feedback you get back in return. But then again, as you also said, that you're very critical to yourself as like ideas what comes up, so it may be a bit hard to really catch that feeling. But the main thing that I really that I really want to know is that you feel more comfortable now, as you now is in the present, than way before then, which is which was like, what am I doing? New territory. Please help. Now.
Oh yeah, like and I've talked, like, Evan's been asking me world building questions. You've been asking me world
Right.
building questions and stuff, and it's definitely one of those things, as far as like I can see my growth in the 17 some years that I've been DMing. I can see my growth, as far as like earlier I used to prep everything. Like the last long-term campaign I ran, I had the entire world planned out. Every NPC of every town, their motivation, like it was a living world that, like, as they progressed every day, I
Mhm.
progressed the storylines of every NPC in all the towns that I had prepped and stuff like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I was a little insane about it,
Right.
and it was far too much prep. And when the game finally ended, we maybe, not even 1% of the NPCs, we maybe saw 1% of the towns I planned.
Okay. All right.
So
And
it's
like
like, I'm
yeah.
not doing that again. Now, I have a lot
No.
of that stuff. I'm reusing
Yeah.
a lot of it. But it's like, I'm not doing that again. Now it's like I think I either told you or told Evan, it's like I prep. I have the big bad. I know who the big bad is and his
Right.
motivations, you know, so that I
Mm.
can, like, sprinkle in little hints here and there, you
Here
know.
and there. Right. Right. And like
I have the next three arcs. Like, I have the antagonist and I have the hook plan. Nothing else. And
okay.
then and then for details, the only details I plan are the next three
Right.
sessions.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and that's the next, like, three sessions at a time. So right now, like, this next week, we're gonna be on two or three of those three sessions. The last week was one and two, and see, that's the thing. Like, I planned the arc, and the
Right.
arc is typically three sessions. but it's like, okay, this arc I'm thinking is gonna take 3 sessions, and
Hmm.
then it's like, oh, we got through a session and a half last week,
Right.
so this
Right.
next week we might just do the last half. We might do the
Hey.
full session and a half. We might do a quarter. That's something that's happened before. Some There's so many times, like even now, even after all my years of experience, like
Hmm.
there's so many times where it's like I'll plan out things and it's like, oh, I need to plan more. This little hurdle in my plan, in the hurdle in front of you guys that you have to solve, that's only gonna take like a minute or two. So I need to plan way more for this session, and then
Right.
uh instantly it's like um we get to that little hurdle, like the last dungeon you guys were in, that first room was only supposed to take like 2 minutes, and it lasted a session and a half. And then you guys were complaining about how you've been in the dungeon forever. You didn't even see like 50% of that dungeon because you spent a session and a half in the first room. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But then there's times where I plan something and it's like I think this thing is gonna take all session,
Right.
and you guys finish it in 10 minutes. Or this boss, like I plan boss fights, and it's like, oh, this boss will be tough. It would last all session, and we might have 2 sessions out of this boss fight, and then
Mm.
like you guys are extremely tactical, which I need to figure out how to deal with. um but like you guys are extremely tactical and make plans and like see the weakness of the room that I have the boss fight in, and are like, oh, we'll just exploit that weakness, fucking do all of the damage in 1 or 2 rounds, and have it to where the boss can't even do anything.
Mm, thing.
And then you finish it, and it's been like, oh, it's only been 15 minutes. Well, this was like the next 2 sessions, guys. So I don't have anything planned. But hey, let's divvy up loot and see what happens. See where you guys go
Yeah.
from here. So like it's crazy being a DM. Like definitely for anyone who might be watching now or in the future. If you want to DM, definitely do it. It is the most fun thing there is to do.
Mm. Mm.
But like at the same time, like it's also
The responsibility, I'm guessing.
there's response. You're never gonna know.
Right.
You're never gonna be there. And I guarantee you, for the DMs that they think they can plan what their party is gonna do every time, you start thinking that is when your party's gonna throw you for loops. 100%.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Right.
So
Hmm. Definitely.
it's
Mm.
fun though. It is the funnest thing I've ever done. It's wonderful.
I
Like
believe that. I believe that. I believe that. And to to what I've been told as well, like oftentimes DM requires to have a lot of prep to be done, right? To execute a a great story, right? And in your own like opinion, what is like the most important component to have a great story to present forward?
Oh, okay. For that, that is that's a great question. Um, so what I can say is finding a group of players that matches your storytelling aesthetic and then working on making a great story for them.
Right.
Yeah, that is what is because like one rule that I always want to stress for everyone is no D&D is better than bad D&D. Okay?
Mm.
So like you have to find the right DM for you as a player, and DMs you have to find the right players for you. Because whatever type of story you're telling, there probably is players out there that want that type of story. But if your story is not geared to the group you have, then they're not going to have fun. And when they're not having fun, you're not going to have fun. If you're
Right.
wanting to tell a certain specific story, and this is what I see all the time, is like I want this story. It's like then you need to have players that are on board for doing that story. If you don't, they're not going to have fun and they're going to want to do something separate, and
Right.
then you're gonna be like, no, that's not what I want, So it's finding the right DM for the players and the right players for the DM. And then one of my big rules for you guys, if you recall, that was way back in uh bringing you in last year, I
Right.
think. But
Yeah.
one of my big rules is find the fun. There's gonna be times in the game where we're doing something that isn't your favorite. But guess what?
Right.
It's the favorite of someone else's. So in that moment, find the fun because it's gonna come back to you. And then also, like as a DM, there's gonna be moments where the party's doing something you don't want to happen. You still gotta find the fun in it. Be
Right.
looking to find fun. Be looking to enjoy each other's company. And that's the other thing. It's like the best, and I know we've cobbled this group out of people that like I've found from different like communities and stuff. But
Right.
like you gotta be friends. This isn't a thing that you do with non friends. I mean you can, but it's not
Mhm.
gonna be, and you can make friends with random people, you know,
Right.
but it won't be as like cool, fun, interesting if like you don't, if you're not friends.
Right. 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 Definitely. Definitely. And it's like it's possible to do it with strangers, right? Because you could almost say as well that throughout the fantasy story you're trying to portray, there's that, that social interaction between your characters, right? Which is a form of like still, getting to know someone else, right? But
Right.
being able to play with friends, I think it's so much already, so we're so close. We're already so close with one another. We already know like how how we think, how we talk. It's already like a common thing of like expressing towards one another, but being able to express like almost like a different type, right, of a character within the story. There's
Mm-hmm.
that beautiful like seamless dynamic where it kind of just goes so well. So yeah,
I
definitely.
I mean, like literally, if if we got super famous, you know, whatever, you know, not only like where I didn't have to work, I could just do this, you know,
Mm.
I would probably start going to like psychiatry school and stuff because I've always loved the idea, and I've read books on it and stuff, of like using D&D for therapy. And then
Right.
if I didn't do it, and again money was no option or whatnot, I'd like freaking
Right.
hire a therapist for our group to like everyone gets time with the therapist, and then like you say what can be shared with me, and then that therapist helps me design stories for you guys
Right.
specifically, like with like dealing with whatever you guys are going through. That would be so cool. Or like me go to school, learn that stuff to be
Right.
able to be the like therapist that like um makes my own stories with that knowledge and that context to like really help you guys, as well as me.
Right.
But like also like cuz that's always been a thing. Like even with like I've studied psychology and stuff, but um, I didn't go to school for it. It was like
Right.
a class here and there, or I'd read studies or something like that. And it's like I knew from the get go, from when I was 10 years old, D&D could be so healing. And like just
Right.
like even if you're not trying to, even if you don't have that context of thinking of that, just being able to take a step out of whatever your perspective is and putting yourself in a different perspective and challenging yourself through that can cause a lot of growth. Or if you do the new player thing where you create yourself as a D&D character, you know, and you're playing yourself in the game, the situations that you're put into can cause you a lot of growth. That's fun, I think.
That is fun. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is having that beautiful touching moment with like being able to encounter like this fantasy type of scenario where you're portraying this character, right? But still in the end of the day this character is a part of you,
Yeah.
right? And there's almost that like there's that connection of like, wow. It's like I really never really thought about it in that way until now because of the scenario that the DM presented forward, and it kind of allows one person to like self-reflect on that, be like, I apply this to my character? Why can't I not do that for myself as well to further better myself? And I think it's beautiful. I think it's
And
beautiful.
and it gets scarier when you become a DM, because not only are you writing the good characters and stuff, but you're writing the
Right.
villains. And like no matter what, when you're writing something, like
Mhm.
you bleed through into it. So you start
Right.
writing the villains and you start like thinking about like what the villains would do. And then like you write something and it's like that that came from me. Like I like that, but either I'm not sure why I like that, or like I don't like that I like that, or like I don't like that I came up with that. Like I might not like it. I might like really hate it, but I
Right.
don't like that
Right.
I was able to come up with that. Like it
Right.
really shines a weird mirror on like I think it's called your shadow self or something like that, shadow
Right.
personality or whatnot. Like the stuff that you like hold way down deep in your soul, like that starts coming out, and then you're like you it's really challenging. It brings up a lot of stuff.
It does. It does. It really does. It really does. Cause it really does. I'm guessing as a DM, it's like it's more because like you're trying to create an NPC that's not only believable but also something that that people can like okay get the hook on and be like okay let me allow this, let me help this person, or maybe this person is doing way too much, we gotta stop him. And to basically imagine an identity or a person of that construct that you manifested from within yourself, right? And it's like it kind of you're kind of left out like okay, I think I might have some issues. I think
Yeah,
hold on.
exactly. Exactly. It's like, wait. Am
Like,
I
did I create this?
okay? Am I okay? Is this okay? So yeah, it's
It's
definitely like
something
that.
else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
definitely,
oh,
definitely,
it's
definitely.
scary sometimes. It's funny, but it's scary, and it's definitely like now that like it's all friends in this group and stuff. It can be sometimes as far as like sometimes it's purposeful as far as like um how do I say it? It's like, ooh, this is gonna fuck with Dad specifically. I'm gonna write this
Like, mama.
specifically just to fuck with Dad. And then
Right, right.
other times it's like I'm writing stuff and it's like, do I really want to do this to my friends?
Friends.
Like I'm a little uncomfortable. Like you guys are my friends. I'm a little uncomfortable writing this
Right, right.
to do it
Definitely,
to you.
definitely.
Like that. Ugh, I don't know what I feel about that.
Mm.
And like that is one thing where it's like that is one thing if you're gonna be a DM, think about your lines because like for me I've told you guys there's certain lines that I won't cross. Now, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen in this world. You're muted by the way unless you're talking to someone else.
Yeah, hello. Is it working?
Yep, there we go. Yeah, you were
Okay,
muted.
go for it.
No. Oh, but like there's been like that doesn't mean certain things don't happen in the world. Like,
Right.
violence to women or children,
Mm.
sexual acts, slavery, that racism,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. Uh it happens and I might allude to it, but I'll
Right.
never go into detail with a lot of those subjects because I don't want to have to portray it. I don't want to have to describe those details. I don't want to have
Right.
to portray it. I don't want to have to think about making people that do it.
Right.
Like that is
Correct.
rough on my psyche, and I just don't want to. Again, there are things that I allude to. bad guys in this world that I have written that do that stuff, but I'm never gonna go into detail about it. And that is something
Right.
that I like nowadays, and I love that there is. There's a lot of old school players that don't, but I love that there is. Um, there's a huge push for safety tools being used in your sessions, you know. And I mean, we don't really have any particularly, but like that's because we mostly all trust each other, and it's like if you guys have an issue, bring it up to me immediately. I mean, it's
Right.
called like a red stop thing or whatever, but like it's mostly just say something, you know.
Right.
Send me a message or say something immediately, you know, and we can change it. But like also like so safety tools for players are very important. It can be ridiculous with some people. Some people
Hmm.
take it too far. Um
Okay.
but I'm not saying don't. Like find a table for you. I'm just saying like for me like some people's like red lines are like, okay, well, then I don't know how to play the game for you guys because it's like
Yeah.
no violence, period, and it's like this does have a combat to it, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
like, but but there are games out there that I'm sure can accommodate that, you know.
Right.
But what I was saying was not only is it important for the players, it's important for the DMs to think about that as well.
Mm.
Think about where your line is, what you're not comfortable describing, and then tell your players that so that they don't try to push to that line. And like
To that line. Exactly.
if you do have players that are trying to push lines, those aren't players you want at your table. Just
You know.
like if you have a
Yeah.
DM that's trying to push lines for you,
Mm.
that's not a DM you want to be at their table.
With. Exactly. Exactly. And also speaking of like guidance as well, because
Yes.
speaking of guidance, right? You recently became also a tutor. You taught Yulia Savage to become a DM, and who is now hosting Thursday game Chronicles of the Amber Moon,
Yep.
right?
Check it
And
out.
like,
Shameless plug.
what? Gee, you know it. But like, how was that for you to not only like actually taught someone, because I'm guessing for you it was different. It must be way different actually from being able to help someone, guide someone through this experience, through this territory of becoming a DM, and also like what are like the hints and advice that you were able to give that you wish you knew when you started.
Uh, that okay. Ask again. I'm sorry. I want to reframe my answer. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. It's no, it's all right. It's okay. You recently started tutoring,
Yes, yes,
or
yes.
AKA taught Yulia how to become a DM, right?
Yep, yep.
Basically, what are like the advice that you were able to convey to her of like how to approach the games and how to approach situations with like becoming a DM?
Um, you okay?
Yeah, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?
No, I was talking to my roommate.
Oh, it's all right.
Um, no, 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 no. So, like, the biggest advice that I can give. I mean, there's a lot of advice. We talked nearly every day about DMing and stuff. So like
Right.
to lay down all the advice I've given her, like that'd be impossible. Hire me as your DM coach, and I can give it all to you. Um,
Coach for hire.
yes, yes, exactly. Um, but as far as like the biggest advice is like don't stress it. Don't don't over prep. That's a big thing. Don't stress it.
Mm.
Like like especially if you're first time DMing, do it for friends that you're close with. And then
Right.
like and for people, well, what if I don't have any friends? Then find a group and play as a player in that for a while and make friends and then offer to DM a session. But like the thing is like find people that are supportive of you to do it for your first time. And then know that they're your friends. You know, don't worry. Don't don't worry about the rules, you can learn as you go. In fact, like what I see a lot of times is players that go into DMing, they obsess too much about the rules, stress themselves out, and then crash. Um, don't stress yourself out. Just don't. Like, um, don't worry about it. Just go in. The other biggest thing is look into improv. Look into learning
Right.
improv. Improv is gonna be your best friend. If you're stressing about prep, if you're stressing about anything else, don't, because it's gonna get thrown to the side eventually at one point or another. Look into improv and then remind yourself you're having fun with friends. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Don't stress about the rules. Too many early DMs stress about the rules and then they give it up. Um what you'll find out as a DM as you grow for DMs that don't give it up. Most DMs, it's like they most DMs that stay forever DMs and have like me 17 years of DMing or whatever, 5 years, whatever. Whoever like stays as DMing and they constantly have games, here's the trajectory that I've seen happen. It's they played D&D. They talked about playing D&D with a bunch of their friends. A bunch of their friends are like, "Man, you're talking about this a lot. It sounds like fun. We want to try it. Will you run it for us because none of us know how to DM and you're the only one that plays D&D?" And so they're like,
Mhm.
"Okay, fine. I'll DM for a bit just to get you guys into it. But we gotta find like a DM that knows what they're doing." Cut
Right.
to 5 years later, they're still the only one DMing. And so like and like in the beginning they probably picked up a module. They weren't really worried about the rules. They did the rules as the module told them. And then yeah, cut to 5 years later, they've now probably started their own homebrew campaign. The first homebrew campaign that they do, the first like full homebrew campaign that they do, they over prep, they memorize all the rules, they become a rules lawyer of everything. They prep. This is me, and I've seen it a thousand other times. They over prep,
Right.
they plan an entire world that no one ever sees 1% of 1% of. You know, they memorize every that there possibly is and is an absolute rules lawyer, and then like that campaign isn't as fun. It might still be fun, but it isn't as it was missing something, you know. And then they DM a lot of shorter campaigns or one shots and whatnot, and they learn in that period to throw everything out. And then they get to like the veteran DMs. And you see it all the time in shorts and stuff like that. The veteran DMs, it's like players ask them what their notes are. Like, man, it looked like you had everything prepared from like day one for this 5 year campaign, and everything's interconnected. And wow, you're so amazing. I wonder like how complicated your notes are, and the DM's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And he looks down at his notes and it just says
It's
Boblin the Goblin. That's it. You know, and
that's
it's
it.
like, and there have been times for me where like I've gone in and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. And so like here's three things that I want to hit on. Just three things during the session that I want to hit on. Everything else is like, hey, what are you guys doing? Okay, you want to go there? Well, awesome. We're going there today. Is it somewhere that I've not like filled out at all whatsoever? Yep, 100%. Never even like don't even know who's there. Okay, we're heading there. The map is loading. I am coming up with 10 names. You know? So
Right,
like, and then
right,
there's times where it's like this last week I had this whole dungeon plan, this whole rest of the dungeon plan, and then I came up with a better idea and rewrote everything the Tuesday before the game this week,
right,
the day before the game.
right, right.
So is improv is your best friend. Not worrying about it is your best friend. Don't worry about the rules. Look it up or go fly by the seat of your pants. You know, if you're running a module, the rules that you need are in like typically like on the page that you need that rule for. So like
Right,
that's super simple. I don't love running modules anymore. I used to. I don't anymore because it really constrains my improv abilities. But
right.
I think I answered your question.
Yeah, you did. You did. That was awesome. It was a great response. Great
Yep.
response to great response. It just it's to me it's wonderful because not only that you're able to how can I say introduce a whole new different experience for Yulia, right, on becoming a DM as well, but it's also having that sense of like guidance, being there to help and also to kind of like like if I were to begin I would have like panic on certain cases, but you're there to give me, like, hey, it's okay, it's all right, it has happened before. It means to like, it helps me calm down a bit more and see it differently through your perspective, through your eyes. And then that allows someone or me or Yulia to basically approach it like, okay, I understood what he was trying to convey to me. I now get it. Now I can execute this better.
Right.
So I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. I think it's great, and and as you can see, Thursday game,
Thursday game was great.
Thursday game was great. it is. This is. It's great. It's great. Would you? It is. It is. What else can I say? It is what it is. It is. It has become something. It becomes something so wonderful, and it came from Yuya herself, and knowing that she had the guidance of you being there with her to help her on certain cases is just. It was awesome. It great execution, and here we go having two games ready to go.
Yeah.
So
No, I to talk about the Thursday game. I'm a little nervous, man. I'm a little nervous. Mouster might have to leave the group. I might need to make a new character.
I I get a Valster. I get Valster's perspective on like how the current situation of the whole group, especially especially related because you guys are related and it's but uh
Mouster might become a bad guy to you guys.
I think the
Mouster might
best
become
way
someone that's hunting you guys down or something.
down, maybe, who knows, because like that ending though, and especially
Yeah.
for that spy guy, he just kind of just disappeared in like just like a green random smoke, and like it's like what was up with that
Oh
as
yeah.
well.
Ness wanted us to talk about that. So like
Yes.
I kind of forgot about that, but admittedly I was a little distracted with with
Right.
like running the stream. But yeah, he did
Right.
like vanish in a puff of smoke. So there's many things it could possibly be. I don't know. I'm actually not privy to that information, and even if I was, I wouldn't be sharing it here. Um,
Oh, okay.
but like, be thinking D&D terms. Like, it could be simply a dimension door, and she flavored it that way, which is perfect.
Mm.
You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
it could be he's a vampire and Nas like killed him in that instance because
Maybe.
because like and I'm not sure if she knows this, but like D&D rules wise, when vampires go to 0 hit points, they become mist. So like
Right.
she could have flavored it as like green smoke, you know. It's most
Right.
likely a flavoring thing, and most likely like she's trying to. I don't know. Again, to be clear, I do not know. But like what I'm thinking, just as being audience to the story, I'm thinking that she's trying to set him up as an antagonist, and so
Right.
to be a reoccurring antagonist, he needed to escape. So having him like poof from this location, she might not have known a particular specific spell to do it. She just had him poof, you know, which is fine.
Exactly.
Who cares? Who cares if there's not a specific spell? But there are. There's plenty of spells
Right.
that like allow you to do that. And you can write your own if necessary. But again, who cares? It's for the narrative, you know.
Hmm. It's for the narrative. You're
Every,
absolutely
every
right.
everything bows to the narrative. A rule
Exactly.
doesn't specifically really work in this case, but it would make the story better. Guess what? That
Hmm.
rule is getting bent or broken.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Like I've
Absolutely.
written in my story, which you guys are gonna start running into here soon. I needed a specific thing to be happening.
Okay.
Um, and so I needed a specific thing to be happening, and it's not really rules like appropriate. So I wrote in a mechanic into my world for this, for what is going to happen.
Okay.
Which you don't know
What do
about.
you
Wait, wait,
mean?
wait, 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 wait. No, you don't know about it. You don't know about it.
No. What are you on about? What are you what are you cooking there?
There's
I
a
don't like the way you're
mechanic.
stirring
There's
that pot. I don't like the way you're stirring that pot.
no,
I'm just
there's a mechanic that like any wizards in the party, which we've had a wizard in the party in the past, would know.
right.
Higher
Would
level casters would know. Your character Gadget, does he have any spells of 5th level or higher?
fifth level or higher?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Then he
I think
doesn't
my
have to
highest level
worry
is like
about it.
third level. Yeah.
Then he
Oh.
doesn't have to worry about it.
I mean, my
I don't.
character gadget, he he is something else. He is something else, and I'm probably sure that even if it were to encounter or understood as evil, I think it would be like just completely oblivious of it and be like, oh, type of ordeal
Yeah.
going on as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of that as well to bring forward, and knowing as well that in your story specifically, there's always something afoot. I just noticed this. I started to know. I noticed like these very small things, right? That there's
What do you
always
mean?
something
What do you
afoot.
mean? What
Cause like okay, cause like
possibly
okay,
could you
there
be
okay.
referring to?
Occasionally what happens to what I understand, right, is that we usually we go somewhere, we encounter someone, and there's an issue that us support need to resolve, right? But then as that's being done, right, you like slight nudges and slight information about a certain someone else NPC. It's just basically has like other information leading to other problems and whatnot. I see you. I see you. And then there's occasional times as well that I'm like, oh, oh, I noticed that you say things like you say things like almost kind of out of cue, but it's like it blends in well within the narrative of like the current story, that I'm like, wait, does it really mean what I mean? Or maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm the crazy guy with the googly eyes with the red lines going, it's all interconnected, I swear. You know?
Okay. I'm not gonna confirm nor deny whether or not I do that stuff. I definitely do those stuff. I am very interested in what things you have connected. Cause yes,
Exactly,
no,
exactly.
I definitely do. I definitely do. That is definitely like something that I try to do. But what storylines are you connecting? What strings are you connecting? I'm really
some
interested.
strings some strings are leading up to something that has to do with I don't know, like this understanding that what we are presented with is never is never is never really, it's not, or how, I'm not wording
It's
that right.
never
It's
the
like
full
what is
story.
presented, it's not the full story.
Right.
There's always something